Psychology is the scientific study of the human mind and behaviour. Each one of us is different, with our own different personalities and behaviours, and psychologists seek to explain those differences. Through the A-level course, you'll study a range of different areas of psychology, from typical behaviours, such as attachment, memory, and the way that we would socialise and how have others influence our behaviour, as well as atypical behaviours, such as psychopathology and the study of mental disorders, both explaining why individuals might experience conditions such as schizophrenia, depression, OCD and phobias, and exploring the methods that are used to help people manage those conditions also. Underpinning the whole psychology A-level is the use of research methods. Methods are the tools that psychologists use to explore behaviour and gather evidence that helps support their theories. And as a psychology student, you'll develop a very practical understanding of the methods used by psychologists, with the ability to understand the various strengths and limitations of each method, and the opportunity to explore these through your own personal research projects. Psychology students tend to be good all-round students. The elements of science that come through, such as theory and hypothesis construction and identification of variables, means that if you've had an interest in science previously, you're going to be able to channel that into the psychology course. Equally, with the amount of focus on producing numerical statistical evidence, having the ability to work with numbers, not just in terms of calculations, but in regards to analysis and forming conclusions based on numbers, is a tool that's really useful for you to have. As a psychology student, you'll have to be able to write coherently over extended periods, with the 16-mark questions being the longest essays you'll have to write. So while these aren't overly long, they also require you to have an ability to clearly communicate yourself in a written form and be able to construct effective outlines of your knowledge as well as evaluation. Students that are critical thinkers about the world are really well suited to psychology. People that won't just accept things at face value, but will look to explore them in greater depth and compare and contrast them with other ways of looking at behaviour. Students with a psychology A-level can often progress on to exploring psychology careers beyond Grade 6 form. So looking at successfully completing a psychology degree that would allow people to access careers in things like clinical psychology, educational psychology, and even areas such as sports psychology are all a fantastic pathway individuals can take. However, if your focus is something on an area other than a psychology career, there's a wealth of opportunity here as well. A psychology A-level is seen as massively beneficial by employers, and they complement other areas of your curriculum really well, essentially because they show you that you have that understanding and empathy of the way others around you behave. In terms of preparing yourself for the psychology A-level, my recommendation is that you have a little read around the key thinkers in psychology. Go and investigate people like Sigmund Freud, Albert Bandura, and see the impact that they've had on the psychological understanding and where we've got ourselves to today. If there's any more questions, I'd be happy for you to get in touch with us and explore the information about psychology further. We really look forward to seeing you starting Grade 6 form in September.